I'm Gregory Allard and I'm an engineer. So I was born in Clare and I got my degree from the University of Limerick. I've been involved with Engineers Ireland for about 2 years now, and I got involved with the STEPS Young Engineers Award last October. I found it a really good way to try and talk to kids about kind of my experience in engineering and kind of get across why I enjoy doing engineering. I suppose an issue that I had was I got all the way through secondary school and I picked all these subjects that were leading me down an engineering route, but I didn't even know what engineering was until I got to a college opening and I got talking to one of the lecturers, and it was only that they had a project at a timber bridge built that kind of caught my attention. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been doing engineering. I'd probably be doing architecture or a science subject, and it probably wouldn't have taken my fancy. So I just felt it's really important to try and talk to kids at a young age and kind of expose them to what engineering could be, at least in my opinion. And at least if they kind of understand what engineering is sooner in life, they can kind of set themselves up a bit better to pursue that career. Options, choice, because I suppose when you're in school, I suppose the old style was very prescriptive. You kind of teachers were kind of telling kids what to do, but with engineering, it's loose. It's up to you to kind of change your future, kind of to work your way through. I think engineering is a really great way to kind of start making a difference. You can start making a difference at any age. So you can work your way through. You don't have to wait till you finish college to make a difference. Like I got involved with this young engineers project, so hopefully I've made a difference to one person last year or whatever it is, and then hopefully in 10 years time or 20 years time they can make a difference to someone else again. I think I was really surprised by how conscientious the kids were. Like when I went in first, I kind of expected, to be honest, I didn't really know what I expected. I went in first, but I kind of expected maybe they wanted to build a bridge or something big and maybe possibly damaging to the environment. But all these kids had all thought about like how we're going to protect the animals, how we're going to protect the water, how we're going to protect the fishes, like collecting rubbish from the lakes and from the rivers and from the seas. And so it was all like health and safety and stuff like that. And I was really surprised in the direction they'd gone. There was also like loads of really interesting questions from me about like why I became an engineer, what kind of tractor I drove, what kind of truck I drove, what kind of digger I drove, which is, look, that's to be expected. It was a country school. I couldn't get rid of those questions, but they were at least they were taking interest. They were kind of wondering like what actually goes on as an engineer's life. Like is an engineer what your dad does? Is it a farmer or is it something more than that? It was really interesting to kind of tell them kind of my story. It's always about teamwork. It's always about communication and teamwork. You're always talking to someone, ask someone a question, because I don't have all the answers. But again, like my boss mightn't even have all the answers. He might say, "Can you go and research this for me?" And we'll come back. We'll have a chat about it. It's the same with the kids when they have a problem. They have their team. They all kind of put their ideas together. They might make a mind map or do something on a whiteboard. Then you as a teacher come down and you can ask them some questions that you might know the answer to. But then the kids will go away and they'll ask their parents, they'll take out the encyclopedias or go on Google or however they research things. And then they'll come back in with these solutions. And if anything, you'll be shocked. You'll be like, how do they figure all this out? Like these kids are only, 9, 10 years of age. I thought it was great for me because I learned loads from the kids about like what they're thinking about, what are the really important questions and problems that they want to see change in the world. So for me, that was brilliant. But what I also liked was their excitement and enthusiasm for something that I'm excited and enthusiastic about. Like they were asking me loads of questions. There's 30 hands up. I think my visit was meant to last like 45 minutes. I was there the full hour and a half, 2 hours, and they kept asking me more and more questions about different things. And they were explaining parts of the project to me that I wouldn't have thought about. Like, because like they had 12 weeks to think about these things. I only had 10 minutes, but like even with the bit of experience I've had, all this life experience, they were still shocking me with some of the ideas they had. I suppose as well, you get to meet a few new friends. You get to, it's something to talk about. Like it's something to kind of engage the kids with and get them get them making more friends as well. If you're divided into groups, you're talking, and maybe they can see how maybe this might even affect how they play sports or something together, that they're more organized, like they're probably better at timekeeping or something, and it might pay off for teachers in the long run, that the homework gets done better or faster or more efficiently or whatever happens. But I don't think it's a bad thing to expose the kids to doing a small group project at this age.